For landlords, a property for let often represents a significant investment or might have a very high sentimental value to you. With our current situation, we are restricted on how we operate lettings at the moment, so this is the perfect time to be pre-referencing potential candidates for your property. Now, a tenant reference can tell you a lot about a person and as a potential tenant, and also gives you a reassurance that they are suitable for the tenancy and can afford the monthly rental repayments. Now, typically the checks include a credit search, a bank account validation, confirmation of their employment, and if applicable, a reference from a previous landlord. Now, 3 key points I would always look to establish when you're referencing a tenant is the prospective tenant in fact who they say they are? Do they have the financial means to pay the rent and on time every month? And are they worthy of being entrusted with your investment? In my experience, landlords are often too focused on getting a tenant into their property quite quickly to reduce a void period rather than finding the right tenant for the property. Private landlords are often a little less rigorous with their tenant background checks than letting agents. And carrying out proper checks can save time, money, and avoid a lot of problems in the long run. That being said, I'm going to go through today a few of the key points of referencing with my tenant reference checklist. When referencing, have prospective tenants provide proof of identity in form of a driver's license or a passport. Ideally a driver's license, as this will have their address and you can check this. Also their national insurance number, and this proves a tenant is legitimately working in the UK. Have them provide proof of address. To check a current or previous address, ask the tenant to provide their last 3 months' utility bills, either gas, electric or a council tax bill, not a mobile phone bill. Also bank statements, ask for their last 3 months' bank statements, and this will help you understand when the individual is paid, how regular that payment is made, and how much they have to spare each month, and also gives you an insight on how they spend their money. Seek an employer's reference, and it is essential to secure this via both telephone conversation and letter on a company's headed paper. As in previous cases I've dealt with myself, you could see that tenants are able to doctor paper references and simply give a landlord a friend's mobile number or email address to seek the reference. Previous landlord references are important, and if a tenant is moving from another rented house, ask the reference from the landlord, check the landlord has a written reference in the same person who the property belongs to by checking on land registry. Now you could get this information for around £5. Guarantor referencing, if a tenant is using a guarantor, the guarantor as an individual should be referenced in the same way. Also tenant credit checks, and these show that the tenants pay their debts on time and don't have any county court judgments against them. And finally, a point that I feel is very important, a part of the referencing process, and that is your gut instinct. Now, regardless of the results of the other checks, if you're in any doubt as to whether this is the right person for your property, don't go ahead. If phone calls to them go to voicemails, if they're late getting your deposit to you, or if they take a long time to be referenced, it's probably best to avoid. If you would like any advice on tenant referencing or maybe have any queries about a current reference you're dealing with, please feel free to contact me via email, phone, or indeed private mail me via social media. Please subscribe, like and share this information with other landlords. My name is Richard Cook. This is Fife Properties TV.